Hey everyone, Cynics here, and welcome to episode 15 of Design Lab. This is going to be another industrial design episode, and the theme is going to be Vic Viper. Now, if you're not familiar with video games, and maybe even if you are, you're probably wondering what the hell that is. But Vic Viper, that is the name of the spaceship from the video game series Gradius. So it's a side-scrolling shooter. I think that's back from the 80s. So even if you're into video games, you might not know what a Vic Viper is. But it also has a very distinctive design, and you can see I'm drawing a very simple representation of that design. But for this topic, we're not just going to be redesigning the actual Vic Viper, but we're going to be using that archetype to create our own designs. So there's going to be elements that you have to incorporate into your design of your spaceshipy looking thing. So it's going to need to have one vertical wing, two side wings, and two forward prongs. And I'm going to say you can be really loose with these. Your vertical wing can be underneath, your prongs can actually be facing backwards, forward, whatever, and your side wings can be in, weird directions. So it's up to you to be really creative with limitation. And I guess they always say that limitation is the mother of creativity anywhere. So maybe you'll get some good designs because you have to work within those constraints. So hopefully it inspires you. But as always, you're going to host this on conceptart.org in terms of submitting your art. So don't worry, there will be a link below with all that stuff. And if you can't get conceptart.org to work, then you can also submit by email. But just so you know, if you are having problems with conceptart.org, it might just be your email account. So you might need to make a Gmail account if it's telling you something about having, I don't know, having bad luck with users from a certain location. It's probably referring to your email hosting. And before I forget, I should also mention that the deadline to get your entries in is going to be 10 days from now, roughly. You can be a little late, maybe, but you're testing your luck if you're past 10 days. And as always, I do need to remind you guys, this is not a finished rendering contest. This is all about designs and ideas. So you only need to do loose thumbnails and submit those. You don't have to do polished pieces with backgrounds and stuff like that. It's all about the idea. So anyway, before I hop into my own thumbnailing process, I do want to mention that this episode topic was definitely inspired by the work of Nate Nielsen. He was a really wonderful Lego designer. He sparked my interest in seeing Legos as a cool designing tool. And he did a lot of amazing work, especially with spaceships, and more specifically with Vic Viper type aesthetics. And I'm going to post a link to his Flickr down below, and hopefully you guys will enjoy seeing that as well, and maybe it'll give you some inspiration. So I'll dive into the thumbnailing process for a little bit just to get some ideas flowing. But once again, my whole whatever techniques or whatever, don't let this influence how you create your designs in any way. You can use whatever medium you want, whatever techniques you want. Whatever design sense you want. It would be really cool if someone did something with Lego too, but I doubt it. But anyway, you can see the main way you're gonna have to play around with these, I think, is by really messing with proportions. So say you do something with really long forward prongs, then you can think to yourself, okay, what if I try doing really short forward prongs and really wide wings, or really short wings and really tall vertical one wing? And what if the cockpit is something completely different and it's in a whole different area? And just things like that. You always want to think about how you can change the design up in new and interesting ways, because that's what's going to get you some creativity. Anytime you have a limitation, you can find ways to get around it to make your own ideas heard. So that, I think, will be a lot of fun. I don't know. I hope so. I hope you guys come up with some good stuff. I'm kind of noodling around here, and I didn't really put much thought into any of these. But you can see they don't even have to be symmetrical. You can have one, like, prong be real long and one prong be real short. You can have it be like stubby and fat everywhere. And yeah, I'm just trying to sum up the ideas. But yes, I think you get it. You can do whatever you want as long as you loosely obey the design parameters. So experiment with proportions and hopefully you'll have a lot of fun. I did one more kind of illustration thing and I did it off camera because I just needed to make something for the 3DS image at the end. But I actually wound up liking this image, so I finished it up a little bit, gave it a little bit of that polish, and you can see that here. But anyway, once again, don't let me influence you guys at all. I'm looking forward to all your exciting and fun entries, and hopefully you guys come up with something far better than I ever could. So once again, here's the ending 3DS image, and thank you for watching.